Hi to you, my hair muse. Today we are learning how to make the Tanavoho hairstyle. Some people call it the Tanavoho Madagascar hairstyle. Interesting name, but this hair is actually perfect for your 4C natural hair. It's great for your hair growth, no matter your hair texture. It's a hairstyle for girls, for ladies. You can use it for your office, of course. So this hair will give you what you want, right? So for me, I feel like the ball of this hair, being able to get the ball of this hair is the most important part, and that's why I featured it first, right? Because if you don't get the ball right, you'll not be able to get the effects that comes with the hairstyle, right? So here I'm just trying to make the ball of the first hair, and then I'll go ahead to show you exactly how I went about making this hair. So right here I'm just sectioning my hair. Of course, you should know that you should moisturize your hair, wash it and all of that before starting this hairstyle. So when I sectioned out the first part, I cut it into two. I put my kinky in between, and then I use my wool. I use my bobby wool, a very fluffy wool, which I will show here just immediately. Yes, this wool. So I use it to make this hair, and then when I use my wool to wrap around my hair, get the desired length of the hair that I want, and then I tie it just once, because of course you have to consider the fact that you're going to losing this hair at some point, so you don't want to stress yourself, right? So I just use my rubber band, my black small rubber band, to try and hold the ends of the hair, right? So it wouldn't loosen up just because I tied it once, right? So here I use my rubber band to fix it here, and then you can see that my hair was still coming out just because my hair was actually longer than the length that I'm trying to achieve here. So it does not matter, right? As long as you're able to use your extension. I'm using my kinky hair extension here to wrap around the rest of my hair, and then you can be able to still achieve it. So here you should be able to wrap it up to cover up your hair. I don't know how to explain that, but then you can see what I'm trying to do here, right? You're able to like wrap it at once, and then when you fold it, you try not to tighten it so much. It should be like a loosened twist, right? And then by the time you pull out the rest of your hair extension in the middle part, you can now try to spread it such that it will create that ball. You fold it over, right, to your hair. If your hair is actually coming out from this hair length, right, you should be able to use the rest of your hair extension, your kinky for example, to cover it up, and then use the rest of the strands of your kinky to wrap around it. So when you do this hairstyle, it's just a matter of it's a very simple beginner friendly hairstyle. So when you get it, it's actually a simple one for you to do, and I believe that with the video that I gave here, it should be able to be like self-explanatory. So here I'm just trying to repeat the same process. The secret to this hairstyle, I feel, is for you to know where you want your ball to rest. If you want it to rest on the previous hair, of course, the one that you made before, you should be able to like check it out just before you create that ball effect. When I was making this hair, I tried to picture out how the ball is gonna look like, just before I do it. So here, when I'm creating this third ball rather, you can see here that I try to check out how it's gonna look like first, and then by the time I wrap around it, I use my kinky to still spread out. I flipped it over, and then I pull out the strands, use one of the strands to wrap around it. If you made a mistake and you're of course using a kinky that is way much more longer than the desired length you want to create, you should be able to cut it out and then continue your hair. So it's a very simple hairstyle for you to do, good for your hair growth. So just go ahead and just watch what I'm doing here, and I believe this will help you. guys, if you made it to this point, I must say congratulations to you. Thank you for sticking with me. Here I'm actually done with the rest of the hair, and so I was using this little hair strand, the blue color, to just add some color to the hair. Of course, it gave you this beauty. Yeah, I feel like it did, right? So I'm just trying to wrap it together, and yeah, we're almost done with our hairstyle. So here I'm using my hot water therapy. Oh my god, this part is the part I hate the most. It was literally painful, but it helped to calm down, you know, the braids, make it rest. Of course, the ball should be firm, but then the braid itself should be a little bit more relaxing. Okay, you don't want it jumping up. Yeah, so here I'm just, you know, putting some finishing touches, my edge control, and voila, we are done with this hair. This hair is giving. It is giving. I literally love this hair. Like, I love it. It's so different, so unique. My pattern is not all the best.